All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So this is a quick overview of accessing the ITT Tech Virtual Library through the student portal. So I'm already at the student portal, so this assumes that you've gone into the student portal login page, used your ID and password, and logged in. And this is where we wind up. So we go up to the Resources tab, and you see there's a lot of options there. You can get to your ITT Tech email, which of course you have to know your email address and the login. The Download Center, where you can get access to certain types of software. You should check it out. If you do any classes online while you're here, you can get in there. Virtual Library, student surveys, and your student e-portfolio, which I'll cover in a different video. So here we want to go to, and there's also the thing to change your password up there as well. So we go into Virtual Library, and it will automatically open up a new tab on your machine. So be aware of that. So you're going to have multiple tabs. As you can see, my screen's got a whole bunch of them. And it also, because you can set this in your preferences, already has my School of Study, Criminal Justice, set up by default. So you have the option to go to various schools of study depending upon what you are, because you do have there's some options in the different schools of study as far as items that are available only to people in that particular school of study. Certain databases, course materials, professional organizations, recommended links, textbooks. Some textbooks for some of the courses could be found in there, and the like. So we look at this electronics, what textbooks. You actually have a listing of textbooks and electronics that are available, and of course ours in this particular school are those ET 115 through 215, and maybe 355 down here as well. Well, there's 275. Just the three-digit numbers are the courses that we have here at our campus. So anyway, let's go back to the home page. I want to show you how to do a basic search. Again, it flips over to my School of Study because I've already set it, and you can go into your own preferences on here and do that as well if you wish. You don't have to, but you can also put in your favorite databases here, your favorite organizations, and you can personalize this for yourself. What we want to do is cover a basic search. So let's say I'm doing my capstone project for criminal justice, and I'm interested in how homicides are investigated. Maybe I'm interested in serial killers. So I put in homicide investigation. Now, this is probably not what I would do, because what's going to happen, as you'll see, you do the search, it comes up with 73,849 hits, which is way more than I need, or way more than I want to be digging through. So I can change this a little bit. If I want to find any articles that have homicide and investigation in them, this is called a Boolean search, and this may or may not help us. We'll see, because if all these articles that are already there have those two words in it, yeah, it's not helping us. And how about if I add another thing, serial, and we see that it jumps to 8,300. Now, the other thing you can do is, one of the things you want to make sure that you have the most relevant documents, and this is ordering them by relevance, which means how close they are to what the search terms were. But another thing, you might want to try looking at them by date of the newest, so you have the most recent. Because depending on what you're searching for, whether it be electronics or networking or even in criminal justice, some things get stale. So you might have a document in here that's several years old and things have changed. We know that in computers and electronics, things change, especially in computers. There's different standards that are changed depending upon new things that come out. Technology changes quite frequently. So that's why I like to look at the newest, and it gives me the most recent documents. You see, interestingly enough, in my search for those 8,300 documents, the most recent one, actually this is weird because it says 2009, and then this one says 2012. and I did newest to oldest. Anyway, we want to tell you also you have an option for an advanced search. Advanced search, you can actually tell it where in the document you want to search, whether you want to search the title, the author, all text. By the basic search, searches the entire document, which also gets you a lot of hits. If I change it to just the abstract, and then search, I should get a lot less, because this is now telling me all of the documents that have all three of those words in the abstract. And for those of you that don't know, an abstract is simply a summary of what is included in the document. So usually that's a good place to search for what you're looking for, because if it's in the abstract, then it's most likely to have to do with the subject that you're looking for. So if we go back to the main screen again, if you go into your school of study, and you can change that school of study by looking at the school of study dropdown, and then you can go into specific databases that you might like for your search. Like we have this access to something called ProQuest Criminal Justice, and by subscription, so I can put that same search in here. And now I'm searching just one database rather than every database that ITT has access to. And that database is supposed to be focused closer to criminal justice topics than anything else. And it's reading from 4 different databases, as it says at the top. See, the top of the screen says 4 databases. All right, so here I only came up with 20, or 1 to 20. Yeah, actually, no, here's my hits over here. 7,471 results in here. And you see over here, I can change the type of documents I want. See, newspapers, 6,163. Generally not good for scholarly research, but they can give you some background on a specific type of crime, which is probably what most of these newspaper articles are about. You're better to go to magazine articles, trade journals, and scholarly journals. They're going to give you better information. So I can click on, say, scholarly journals. If I'm trying to find actual studies by, say, criminologists about this topic, then I'm going to get that. And you see I have, now I have 124 results, and here I even have publication years, 1985 to 2015. Apparently there was a whole lot of them in between. I can pick that year. I can have either a brief view or a detailed view. So a detailed view or a brief view is going to give me shorter, where the detailed view is what we just saw before, giving us more of an overview of what's in the document. And so, there you have it. Basically how to get to a document in the virtual library. You should take a little time to practice with it, and don't get frustrated right away if you get too many hits or you can't find what you think you're looking for, because sometimes you have to modify your search terms, modify how you make that request. Again, if you put in, as I did, homicide investigation without the and, it's going to give me every document that has both of those words anywhere within the document. As we noted, I modified that, put the and in there, which if you go to the advanced search, it's already there for you. I did it because I happen to know that that type of search is available. But if you go to the advanced search, you can put one word in each of the open spaces, and it'll do the advanced or the Boolean search for you automatically. So let's say we go back to criminal justice and I click on advanced search. It brings up this advanced search window, and as you see, I have 3 tabs here already. I can add another one, or three blank spaces. I can say homicide, and I can tab, and this again is where I want it in the abstract, investigation, and again in the abstract, and I say serial in the abstract. Now the neat thing here is if you wanted to, depending on what you're using in your advanced search, you could actually have, okay, I'm looking for homicide in the abstract, investigation in the entire document, and serial somewhere else. But to really hone in your searches, this is probably a better way to do it. If I needed to add something, I could add something. And what would I want to add? Homicide, investigation, serial. Maybe this probably shouldn't increase anything because murder and homicide generally the same, although by definition statutorily it could be slightly different, but this might make a difference in my search. So then I do my search and I come up with a whole five hits. So I really narrowed this down, which could be good, could be bad. Maybe I want to remove one and search again and see what I get without the murder in there. See, that increases it to 22. I think we had 22 before when we had these 3 things in here. Now watch what happens if I remove serial. Oh, it won't let me remove serial, but let's say I remove serial. Alright, and then I conduct my search again. Now I have 1,825 hits. Let's say I remove investigation, I just have homicide in there. Search, homicide, I got 31,482 hits. And when I put in homicide investigation without the and, I got 73,000 hits. So as you can see, how you construct your search is very important. So there is a help window in here. There's also the Ask a Librarian. There's frequently, as you see under Ask a Librarian, you have Ask Now, so you actually can get into a live chat with the librarian, and they can answer some of your questions. You can frequently ask questions. There's a list of frequently asked questions that are there. There's a text to librarian option and send an email, so that if you don't have access to someone here on the campus, you're home doing your research 3 o'clock in the morning, you might be able to get somebody. I don't know what their hours over there are, but many hours a day you can get access to someone to help you with your searches. Certainly if you're on a campus, our library assistant can help you. Any of your instructors or chairs should be able to help you. It's pretty much straightforward if you follow some of those search ideas. So hope that works for everybody, and thank you.